The Matadors love its newest Texas Tech store, offering the official Wreck-'em Tech shirt of the Saddle Tramps. Together, the Matador and the Saddle Tramps are ready to gear you up for Texas Tech football. Buy your Wreck-'em Tech shirt at the Matador for only $15 and feel proud that you are supporting the Saddle Tramps and Texas Tech. Start a new tradition. Stop at the corner and shop the Matador, or shop online at shopthematador.com.
Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of Matador Express. I'm your host, Everett.
And I'm Emma Adams.
The weather is kind of warming up here in Lubbock, which means several new sports teams are starting off their seasons either this weekend or next weekend. The softball team opened up the Adrian Gregory era with the new coach this weekend in Las Cruces, New Mexico, at a tournament there where they're playing five or six different teams.
They opened up with a doubleheader on Thursday, winning both, and they are now 2-0. Everett, how do you think this team is going to look this season?
You know, I'm really excited for the Adrian Gregory era here. I haven't talked to her a whole lot. We've had a couple press conferences with her throughout their spring practices, and she seems really intense, really focused on just getting the best out of her players. I know she was really excited about these road trips. They're going to be gone nearly the whole month of February. I think one of the players said they're on the road more than they're at school during the month of February, and Coach Gregory said that she really loves that because she doesn't know all the players all that well, being a first-year coach still, so they'll get to bond and get that camaraderie with the team, and she really loves that and thinks it's really going to help them be successful throughout the season. The team's going to they're going to play 3 more games this weekend after going 2-0 yesterday in a doubleheader, including a matchup against number 19 Nebraska. Although the softball team already started its competitions this weekend, the Tech baseball team is only a week away from first pitch. A week away from about an hour ago, they'll start against San Francisco University.
Tech pitcher Cameron Smith said the players are very excited to get the 2015 season underway, and this week will be one of the longest of his lives. Everett, I know you are probably equally as excited for this baseball season as they are. What are you looking forward to as this opening next week?
Yeah, man, I've been pumped. I've been counting down the days for baseball for over a month now. I'm super excited to see this team get back out there. You know, they've got 13 of their 16 starting pitchers returning from the College World Series team. They got National Coach of the Year Tim Tadlock. They had the number 14th ranked recruiting class last season. I know Tadlock talked to me some about his recruiting ability and getting people to come play in Lubbock. And he's just, he's excited. I know he kind of doesn't show it as much as some of the other players, but it'll be good to see them get back out there. They're a young team, but they do have all those players that went to the College World Series last year, so it should be an exciting season ahead of them. Like I said, they're gonna throw their first pitch at 2 p.m. next Friday against San Francisco University. While there are several new sports like baseball and softball starting up for the spring, the Tech men's and women's basketball teams are still right in the thick of things in Big 12 conference play. Tubby Smith and his Red Raider team got their second conference win against Kansas State on Wednesday. Emma, they've kind of struggled offensively. You know, they had that one big game against Iowa State where they pulled the upset and hit a lot of threes in that game. But other than that, they haven't been very good on the offensive side of the ball. What'd you see from them against Kansas State this week?
Well, they didn't have a lot of foul trouble, which has been a big issue this past season, and they're making shots that they need to be making. They get in the rhythm of things, and someone kind of steps up as a leader and kind of picks them up, which is a big deal for that team since they're so young.
Yeah, the Lady Raiders also faced off against Kansas State last weekend on Saturday and fell just 3 points short of making a comeback. So I know I talked to Amber Battle during the week, and they're kind of upset, thinking that they should have been able to pull that game off. They've been in a lot of close games so far, but not been able to pull off some victories. And then on Wednesday, they went to Kansas and only lost by 4, 71-67. So again, that close game mentality. Coach Whitaker said that they're proud that they've been able to stay in so many conference games, and I mean there's a 6-way tie for 5th place in the Big 12 in women's basketball right now. So they're proud that they've been able to hang in there with some of the tougher conference teams. But again, still disappointing when you don't get those wins.
Yeah, both teams will be on the road this weekend, as the men's basketball team will be in Ames to face Iowa State, and the women will be in Fort Worth to face TCU.
That wraps up this week's episode of Matador Express. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.